Because I feel like at the end of the day, if a guy wants to be with you, he's going to be with you.
Exactly.
Whether you've had sex with him on the first date or I actually tried the 90-day rule once.
Waste of time.
How did that work out for you?
This is how it worked out for me. I waited. Remember the soldier? Yes. I waited. And he did everything. He did everything. Flowers, dates, everything. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to be a soldieress. Mrs. Soldier. Because the moment the 90 days were done, the very next day on Facebook, he was attending his son's naming ceremony with his wife. Oh. I found out. So that's when it really clicked to me like, oh, men can actually do all that just to get it, and he's going to leave, You understand?
If that is the objective, then you may as well know that early on.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm not up for
wasting 90 days of your life.
And I think this is where we also go back to the start, because like you say, men will do all that, but
you'll leave
it's all that cheating what we're talking about. Just because he's not having sex with you doesn't mean he's not having sex with other people. And so you could be holding back, he's still getting his fix. And when you're ready,
that's done.
Yeah.
So, backing, I want to ask for the men, is post-nut clarity a thing?
Post-nut what?
Post-nut clarity. So you're talking to a woman and everything, and you like her. The moment you have sex with her, you come. That's when you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it changes everything.
Why am I here?
I am telling you, it's true. It's 100% true.
Is it true?
It's 100%. There's certain women I've slept with after, and I was like, why did I do that? I'm telling you, why I didn't need to do that. Like, I'm telling you.
Because if you know,
but it's a curiosity.
Look at the way a guy is after you have sex.
It's true because
his movement.
It's literally.
You have personal question, you do a runner, you run.
No, not run, but you
We walk out.
You would try to separate. If you realize that person is not for you, after you have that moment,
not for you.
When you realize,
post-nut clarity.
it's just not what you got in.
No, because
So there's like, do you have like a one of your senses then kind of blocks out the fact that
we have no senses before the sex.
This one is not for me, but I'm just for the sex.
No, it's
Wow.
it's a notches, because it's like, you know what, I've already put in this much time here.
Yeah.
I'm not walking away from this without getting a pussy.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it
then
comes
you
down
get
to.
it.
Then you get it.
And then you're like, why?
I've wasted so much money. I've wasted so much time. Like,
It comes into play. You're not making the guy waste his time.
Yeah.
You are not wasting your time. Again, you've been conditioned by society to be like, no.
Be a lady.
If you easy, if you do it on the first date, you know it's not right.
Yeah.
And that kind of no.
But then on the flip side of things, you'd be like, all right, maybe it wasn't as good as you thought, but maybe you could teach her. Maybe you could kind of get her into a position where she.
But don't you think women also have post-nut?
Oh yes, we
don't.
do.
yeah.
Oh yes, we do.
I think we do, but not like
To
that.
Not like men.
I think our post-nut is when the sex is bad
And then-
or something weird happens. Because when a girl has to pick up her phone straight away when she's been with the guy, they're like, girl, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
You know, like we have those conversations, but it's not because like we've realized it's not the one. We've realized because it's not the one because it was there was just no, because we crave intimacy. There was just no level of intimacy in the sex. There was no chemistry. There was nothing there, or maybe the sex was just so bad, and you're just like, I don't think I can even give this guy another chance. Yeah.
I also don't know why guys would ask that question. It always baffles me. And I have had guys ask me that question in the past. And I always ask, why do you want to know? What benefit are you going to get from it? But I never get a direct answer. I think it's an ego thing. I think somebody mentioned that they almost want a Virgin Mary, but it's just speculation.
Okay, how long should a woman realistically wait for a proposal when in a relationship?
This is me speaking on behalf of men, right? Because I've got a lot of male friends. Right?
Go on.
Let's hear what you have to say.
We'll stop you if you say
No, a man knows within a space of 6 months or
Facts.
whether he's gonna marry that
Facts.
girl
Long term
or not.
Full stop.
Facts.
He knows.
Full stop.
If the relationship is stretching to 4 years and he's not
you're not the one.
mentioned proper, forget about it. He's wasting your time.
Even 4 years.
Full stop.
No.
Should
Okay,
even go
I have
on.
a question. So what about the women who stay in relationships for 4 or 5 years and then the guy proposes to them? What does that mean, guys?
I think
False hope.
there's factors, because it could also be a financial thing,
Okay.
and then it could also be, can you afford to be in a house with her full time like that, or can you support her? So that one I understand completely.
So are you saying for a man to propose, there's other factors, there's financial?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because some guys might be like, they want to propose and be able to get the wedding done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And they want to kind of consider what their financial circumstances are to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So, but like, I think you're right. Some people might want to understand, first of all, where is this going? And if you were to ask it, then you can have a long engagement and then have a wedding later down the line. But for some guys, ego-wise, they might want to be like, if I'm going to propose to her, I want to be able to kind of do it as soon as possible to show her that, we could have a nice wedding, we could have a nice honeymoon, and just do all of it within a very short space of time. So it's not necessarily because he doesn't want to marry you. It's just that he might be waiting for the right time financially for him to kind of make.
But within the relationship, is he having those conversations?
This is what I'm saying. It's about that conversation.
But then what
yeah.
I was gonna say is, it's also, we listen to you guys. You always say, I want a big wedding, I want this, I want a honeymoon in Barbados, and you're looking at your finances. You're like, that's not something that I like. And because if you love your woman like that, you want to give your woman everything.
But I think there's levels to this, guys, that we need to explore. So there's a difference of I'll marry you in 4 years for people who are probably just finishing uni, young children who are just finishing uni because they're trying to get established, to someone who's established, has been working for like 10, 15 years, to you saying, I'm going to marry you in 4 years. No,
but just because he's been working for 10, 15 years doesn't mean he's got the financial
but
backing behind
He's
him.
got the financial, but you know straight away. We're women, we're not stupid, we know. I know to say, okay, you've been working, you've been in this industry, you're probably like a porter in a hospital, so I know what your finances look like. I know what to expect in terms of a wedding. I'm not expecting a big wedding. I'm not asking you to break your back and go and work 20 hours a day. No, I know to say, okay, we can have a court wedding, and have something within our budget, compromise.
But this goes to my point, where it's like, we listen to what you guys say. You might not want that, but you will say in passing, this is what we're gonna have, this is what we're gonna have, and he's thinking in his head, this is what I have to do for her.
But do you know that I can say that just to kind of like, it kind of like guide you to realize and say, dude, you're never going to marry me, because I can give you that thing to say, I want a big wedding, because I know you can't afford it, so I know you're never going to propose.
But we're going to take it literally.
But that's because you're not thinking, you're not looking outside the box. Say, why is she saying
but
that?
So you're telling us to ignore what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is
That's
there
what
are
I'm
people who are
understanding.
in relationships for all the wrong reasons. So I can be in a relationship with you because I've kind of like you are my go-to in case I never get that Prince Charming who's got all the money, who's got everything. So I kind of like drag you along, like like, oh yeah, but when we get married, I want you to give me this. I want you to come to the wedding in a helicopter. I know you're on a porter's salary. You can't afford that.
There's another side to it as well. So we spoke about the financial element of it, where someone might say they want to wait. And then also there's some guys who might be like, you know what, I want to kind of see from an extended amount of time what this girl is really like. Let's see how much adversity we could go through. Not that you put her through it directly, but let's live life together. Let's see what happens, and let me see how you handle certain things. And maybe something happens, some circumstance happens, we meet up with an ex, and let me see how you get on because you meet up with an ex, or let's see how you deal with financial difficulty or whatever it is. And based on how you
let me see you in different situations.
That situation 2 years in might be like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. Now I've seen kind of really what you are.
But you see, those relationships don't happen where those 4 years, they're not where they're living together. Those are where they're dating. She's in her own home, he's in his own home. Because where they're living together, for 4 years, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a child or two, or there's something
this
there.
Is what I'm saying. I think it's diverted a bit. What I'm saying is, within a space, going back to the actual question, and same as a woman knows, we know you know. Same way as a woman knows, and men know when you're with, it's outside of knowing how they are financially, in different settings, how they are, when you meet your person, you know, that's my
what I'm
person.
saying.
You know that that's the person I'm going to marry.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, we're going to have that conversation and let's work towards that.
Exactly.
The thing about it is some relationships are not as straight up like that. Some relationships people need to grow into it, man and woman. You know, some people like us, we could tell straight away, yeah, that's my person.
Was that after the first night?
Yeah.
After the night in question.
Some people could tell straight away, yeah, that's my
Straight
person.
away.
But some people, it's unfortunately for those who kind of in that situation, it's a bit of a slow burn, and you kind of need to see certain things develop, certain behaviors develop, certain changes happen for you to kind of realize that, you know, yeah, I think this person has grown to what I would really like to be with.
That's true.
And kind of make that decision.
But do you know that women and men can make you see what you want to see? So I can be the
that can only
angel.
happen for so long.
No,
that can only happen for
trust
so
me.
long.
No,
Because
trust
eventually
me.
you have to become yourself.
Trust me, because some men will say exactly, I want a woman
No.
I want a Christian.
No, yeah.
What you want
Exactly.
to hear.
No.
There's a vast difference.
No.
Because you're ignoring all the red flags.
red flags.
Because
Yeah.
after 6 months, there's no way I can keep on acting. I have to become myself.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You want a Christian woman.
So
I'm reciting.
so you're an actress.
I'm reciting all the verses. No, I'm not saying I would, but
No.
I'm just trying to I'm just joking about to say. But some women can, depending, okay, like you say, 6 months, yeah, down the line. But if they want to say, they want to properly, like literally say, I want this man, they're going to try to condition themselves to suit that man because they're thinking, okay, he doesn't want a person who goes out. I'm gonna like
And
maybe not
sometimes
go out.
really that's why the relationships go further, because you don't want you to be acting out or do things
Yeah,
kind
but
of condition.
if you
We
say
wanna
that
see
you
what's
want
real.
woman who doesn't
But
go
the
out,
thing
No, but-
I'll sneak out.
I
and not
can't,
pretend.
See, that's what I'm saying.
pretend.
You see, you sneak out. So when you sneak out, yeah, you won't answer your phone for a certain amount of time. So it's up to me whether I want to ignore that or see there's a problem here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's only so long you can do that for, and then it's down to me whether I want to ignore that or I want to address
And who
it.
you have around you as well, because I know for sure, like the three of us, if either of them said something to me about a guy, and they have their rose-tinted glasses on because it's like, oh, God, I'll be like, red flag. If you are in that position where you're like, I want the ring, and you see, this is another thing, we've been conditioned to want the ring. Why is this even a question? Why is this even a question? It's not about will you give me the ring, it's will you be the person that I need in my life. And
long
then I
term.
can make a decision whether
That's
I want
it.
the ring or not.
But-
We're so focused.
Let me just add on to that as well, because you know what, yeah, in Africa we have traditional marriages, yeah, and back home it's recognized as a marriage. Nobody will question it. But here, after a traditional marriage, people will come up to you. So when's the big wedding?
Yeah.
Why? I'm already married.
Yeah.
Like this is what it comes down to. Because traditional marriage, you don't need to give anyone a ring. Like you,
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
You're
Like
committing.
it holds weight.
I think that's what women want overall. I don't even think
It's the commitment.
It's not even about the ring. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Even me, it's not even about the ring. I wouldn't want somebody to say, you know, I want to marry you
No,
like
no, no,
that.
no, no, no,
I
no.
want that commitment that you're my person. So I'm your person, and we are going to see this through together. We're gonna
Full
make
stop.
it work.
That's
If
what it
not,
is.
If you're at that point, then nothing else matters. So when
Absolutely.
we got together, I was very much, no, we good. Like I don't need a ring. Like you are my person, I'm your person. We have this sorted. Like we could live forever like this.
And I decided.
And he
that was
decided like,
legit.
well, no, he was the one.
And
I'm
it is-
Man, man.
I need to set you up.
Committee.
You're
the community.
But the thing is that we focus a lot, and I'm an event manager by profession, right? I've run a lot of weddings, and I see a lot of women get caught up in the wedding and not in
The
the
marriage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I look at these things and I'm like, I'm not being funny, right? But this is a mortgage on a house.
Yes.
And 250 of the people who are sitting here don't give a
Don't
shit
About
care.
you.
And you're married.
I'm
That's
here for
it.
the food.
And
I'm
I
here
have
for
to
the
tell you,
dress.
when we got married, The group of people that was sitting there are people I can pick up my phone
And say,
go, this is going
please.
on between the two of us. What do you think we should do? We having financial problems. Can you help us out?
Full stop.
I did not. We made a decision very early that we were not going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands
To invite
of pounds
people.
to invite loads of people, and the people who were not invited, they got it.
I've got a question. So, how do you feel about dowry? Dowry, lobola, what else is it called? Bride price.
No,
Culture is
you know,
culture.
scrap.
Culture,
No.
no. Culture, to me, culture is culture. If that is your culture, and that is what is acceptable as your culture, I am not here to judge whether you have bride price or not. If that is an ancient culture that you have dealt with for hundreds of thousands of years in your culture, do what you have to do.
I'll go sign to add on that
But
one.
if you are living in a Western world, so if you're back in Malawi in your
I
village,
think our parents would just give us away for free at this point.
But you know what it is? I feel like back then, how it
you're
all
not worth a
started,
house, Timale.
people would exchange cows, isn't it?
No,
But now, really, realistically,
I will answer that one.
realistically, for me, it's not. We can do it differently because what they ask of you, all that money you can use to get a mortgage.
No,
You can.
I will 100% answer. It depends on your understanding, because if you understand bride price, it's you appreciating how your woman was raised,
Of course, yeah.
how she has been presented, how she presents herself, value, how she looks after you. I understand it. I'm with it 100%. But you can't ask me for £20,000.
That's what I mean. That's
so
what
it has
I
to be
mean.
realistic.
Because it has to be just a token of appreciation.
Like,
Yes.
that's what it is, yeah. Because even my woman, if they ask for £20,000, I would have dragged my uncle out of there. I'd be like, they've lost their minds. Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll find another one. Don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
do not worry about
Absolutely.
it. Like,
You know what? I've got a $5.
Let me ask a question. So, bride price in African culture, one, it's an indication that the man can provide.
Yeah.
He has money to provide for this woman. It also means that she is valued, because when you get things for free, you don't cherish it and you don't value it. So if my
But again,
But on the
they
flip
used
side,
to take the piss.
there's
a lot of
men
women were abusing women
yes,
because you say,
I paid
for your
£12,000
mind."
for you.
Yeah.
Now
So-
everything I say, you have to
Don't
run.
go with
That's why
it.
I say it has to be realistic, because
Yeah.
I've got a daughter. I don't think we're gonna do it, but if we do it, it has to be an amount of money that I can go to the bank today and
Yes.
give it back.
Yes.
And say, you know what, bring my child back.
Yes.
She's not worth what you think she's
It's
worth.
put in like an escrow
Yeah,
account.
like,
So
that's what I'm saying, because
like,
if it comes down to it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna probably ask for £1,000, £2,000 if it comes to it. That's even if I ask
Or
for
just
it.
let them bring their own
Decide,
yeah.
If he feels
of
it's
appreciation.
But nobody finishes off paying off dowry. That's the thing.
Culturally,
You
you're
put
not
down
supposed
money.
to
But
Sure.
why hasn't bride price developed with the time? Like I just said, I said it like a joke, but then I thought, no, that makes a lot of sense. That the bride price grows in an escrow account, and if you are when you're married for 20 years or 10 years, you take it out. If you get divorced, you take it back.
But then, like in places like Africa where you've got inflation, you can't keep that money in the bank.
No, but then it's like one of my friends, the girl's parents, they put the money aside, and when they did the big wedding,
Back it.
that's the money they gave them. That's the money they gave them.
Oh, that's good.
That's the money they gave them. Yeah.
You guys have to remember as well that when you look at bride price, we're looking mainly at like Africa, because that's where it's mainly like, and other cultures like India and places like that. But you have to realize that this is for them. This is a daughter's always been seen as an investment, where they're like, oh, okay, so when so I sent her to school, because when you see the list, when you look at it, because I've attended a few of these things, when you see the list and then they're talking about, hey, our daughter, do you know that she's a doctor? She's a doctor.
I
We
get
sent her
that.
to school. We've done this.
I
we've
get
done
that,
We've done
but
that. Yeah.
did we
But
send her to school so she can get married? No,
No,
we
no,
sent
no,
her to school
but
so she can
but
look after
they
herself.
look at it because they
So
look
she
at
can look
it-
after herself.
No,
Yeah.
but they're looking
I
at
had,
it from the fact that when you invest in the girl child, and this is obviously like a prehistorical thing about the girl
Yes.
child. When you invest in the girl child, she's not bringing value to your family. She's going to bring value to another family. So when they're clawing back money, it's as if to say, okay, this is an exchange.
But I
So we're
feel-
giving you a finished product, and you have to give us the equivalent.
I
in
feel
money.
that's a wrong mentality, though.
That's the wrong
Because
mentality.
that's
That's the
slave.
wrong mentality.
That's slave
And this
trade.
is why you're finding that.
negatives and positives to it. I'm not being African myself. I'm taking a very neutral view on this. There are negatives and positives. In a way, it's creating an opportunity for people to value the woman, but also it's also
If it's done
creating an
realistically.
opportunity to devalue the woman.
Oh yes,
And
it's
look
always
at it as a
devalued.
commodity. And maybe in traditional times, like way back, it had a different meaning. But moving into modern times now, it doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't.
And because there's equality, you have a price. What's your price? Am I giving you anything for you? I think you're worth about 10 grand.
But now they've, like most African countries are now coming away from that, and they now, like, I know in one of the countries they recently said that they kind of like scrapping the whole bride price thing because they've come to realize that actually the girl child is being exploited on the back of this.
No, but in Zim right now, you can get your bride price back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like
in Zim,
they
like you
were
can go
once
court
scratching it.
and get your money back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how bad that's how bad it is right now.
Exactly, yeah.
I want a man to just go to my parents, not even uncles or aunts, to say, listen, I love your daughter, I appreciate your daughter. This is a thank you.
This is a token of appreciation.
Yes. Thank you.
That's
She's an amazing person. That's what I want. I don't care what you give him. I don't want there to be like an exchange.
What are you?
But have you guys?
Because
I used
We
to
don't
wish.
have bride price, so-
I had lobola done, and it was so weird to me because there was a list,
The shopping
a
list.
list of shopping,
The shopping
of
list
groceries,
on top of.
on top of a list of ridiculous things and prices beside the list. Where did you hear our daughter from? Okay, damages. Okay, where? Because
I'm telling you.
yeah,
When I did mine,
buy the mom an outfit, buy the dad an outfit.
outfit.
Also because my daughter used to play with my beard. I don't know.
You
I don't
see?
know. I don't know.
That's what
I
it
don't know
was.
why. I
Me,
don't know.
my father-in-law said Eric used to come around here before he married this
Oh
girl.
yeah, that's one. That one's
Damage.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wait, what?
Listen,
major
there
one.
was a long list, yeah, and I'm talking. This is 2000 and something. There was a long list, and the total was 17,500 US
Uncle,
dollars.
let's go, man. Let's go.
Right. So now you're thinking, I know that you don't have to pay all of it, but at that time we're a young couple. We need to pay our rent. We need to do this.
That's a mortgage.
Yeah. So even if I'm to give you 1,000 US dollars, I can use that 1,000 for us. My feeling about bride price, for me personally, I feel like if for me, I wouldn't want the traditional way of having a whole list and an amount and everything. For me, I feel like if that is to happen, it should just be a token of appreciation. So whatever the man's family can bring to my family, just to say, look, you know, I appreciate your daughter, etc, etc. Here it is. We have fun, we chill, we drink, and that's it for me. But for lobola and bride price and everything, for me, it's a no.
I respect tradition and culture and whatever, but how I am and how I think at the moment, I don't think that I would want my parents or my father's side of the family to charge the man that's going to be in my life for me. I know my worth, so I know that he would know my worth. And if he wants a token of appreciation or just to say thank you to my parents, it's up to him what he presents to my parents, just to say thank you. So I don't know. It's not my thing. I wouldn't do it. I know our culture would do it, but I don't. I can just to say no. I mean, I'm my own person.
They don't.
That's a new sofa,
You understand?
that's a new
So
cooker,
now
that's a new fridge.
They kind of look at you different, like, oh, okay, so you can't even afford to put 5,000. You can't, and you're thinking.
And does that break up like engagement?
It causes tension. It causes tension. It causes tension. It
A lot
causes
of
tension.
friction.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
why from that day I thought, you know, next time this happens, all I want is for the guy to come with his family, whatever. Guys, we love your daughter. Full stop. Here, token of appreciation. That's it.
So
we
live
enjoy
in-
the night.
Like, yeah, we live in a different world.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
get my
Back to
dad.
the first
Yeah,
question.
get my dad a holiday to the Dubia. You know,
Right.
go to Dubai, be on a
Father-in-law, I love you. I didn't mean the last comment that I made. You know you're my guy, right?
Okay, so anyway, guys, it will never end. But
6 months.
6 months.
Are we agreeing?
Are we agreeing 6 months?
Yes,
About
6
what
months.
again?
A guy knows.
Yes,
You know what? Sometimes it's even less than 6 months. When you meet the right woman, it's a right
Yeah,
woman. Like
yeah.
you said, from the get
the
go,
very
you
first
knew.
day.
Like for me, when I met my girl,
I make my calls
I
like
knew
this. Yeah.
that was a woman for me. Yeah? But I was scared of what was happening. So I tried to run away from it as much as possible.
But even if you run, you always come
No,
back.
I always came back.
Yeah,
Like, I always
yeah,
came. This is what I'm saying.
exactly,
I knew, but I was so scared because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna mess this up here. So I'll break up with her now, and then I'll try and find something. I was looking for something that didn't exist because she was always there.
But you
always
just
went back.
reach it
Yeah,
back, you went
but
back.
I remember the day I got back with my girl. It's because one of my boys was like, "Yo, do you know this girl?" I was like, "Yeah, I know this girl," and he gave me her name, and I was like, "That's my girl." I was like, "That's my girl." I was like, but one of my boys, I was like, nah, man. I rang her there and then I was like, yo, so you chatting to this guy, yeah?
And she's like, but you're not.
Exactly.
Okay, guys.
Oh my God.
All right. So catch us on episode 3.
This is
Next
typical.
time.
Yes, next time.
Episode 3 next time. Hopefully, we're gonna have more new faces plus the old.
Yes.
And take the conversation going. So, the hard truth, me, Felicity, Eric, Sonia,
Everyone.
Bernie,
Thank you so much, or else we will spend the whole.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
I'm follow Junior Drip.
Oh yes,
Follow Junior Drip. Junior Drip guys on
Thank you
Instagram.
so much, guys.